President Trump's legal team has rejected Robert Mueller's request to interview the president. It's the latest twist after 8 months of negotiations. It could force a showdown in court. I want to go to our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Carlin. John, the president's lawyers making it clear they don't want him to answer questions in person about obstruction of justice, questions about blocking the Russia investigation.
They don't want him answering any questions about things like the firing of James Comey or anything related to allegations that he has tried to interfere or obstruct the Russia investigation. And George, this standoff puts us a step closer to a constitutional showdown between the president and the special counsel.
In rejecting the special counsel's latest request, the president's legal team has made it clear they do not want the president to answer questions on obstruction of justice.
Why do you want to get him under oath? You think we're fools? You want to get him under oath because you want to trap him into perjury. Well, we're not going to let you do that.
Sources familiar with the negotiations tell ABC News the president's lawyers made a counteroffer. It's one that is almost certain to be rejected. The president will agree to answer, quote, appropriate questions in writing, and not about things related to obstruction of justice.
When you look at the facts and circumstances, it doesn't meet the requirements constitutionally to require the president to sit down and do an interview.
But the president has been saying for more than a year that he would be willing to answer questions under oath from the special counsel. He has said that ever since we first asked him about it, just after Mueller was first appointed.
Would you be willing to speak under oath to give your version of those events?
100%.
The impasse now increases the likelihood that Mueller will issue a subpoena to compel the president to answer questions. In fact, the president's legal team is already preparing to fight such a subpoena, a legal battle that would almost certainly go to the Supreme Court. The president's legal team is also attempting to give the special counsel a deadline, saying he must wrap up his investigation before the fall campaign gets underway.
Well, I think if it isn't over by September, then we have a very, very serious violation of the Justice Department rules.
If it comes to a constitutional battle over a subpoena to the president, this investigation is nowhere near over, and George would likely extend well past the midterm election.
Right, although it's possible also that Robert Mueller has given the president's team a deadline as well, which is what might have triggered that response. But John, there are really two schools of thought on whether or not Robert Mueller will actually go to the wire, go to the mat, and subpoena the president.
That's right. It's a question of whether or not he wants to get this over before the midterm elections, or whether he finds this to be such an important principle, the principle of whether or not the president is above the law, whether or not the president can be compelled to testify in a case involving himself. That may well be worth going past the elections to Robert Mueller.
Meantime, John, we're seeing the Trump administration taking new action against Russia.
That's right. Stiff new sanctions related to that poisoning of a former Russian agent in the United Kingdom. These are tough sanctions, George, and stand in stark contrast to what we have heard publicly from the president towards Russia, but another sign that the administration itself has taken tough actions against Russia.
John Carl, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.